Healthy shoulders grow faster. These exercises and techniques will help you build capped delts and reduce the wear and tear on your joints. Here's strength coach Gareth Sapstead to show you how to do them.
We're gonna have our bench set to an incline just enough so you can bend over and have your chest supported on the end there. Get a nice big stretch that back, almost rounding your upper back into these. And what you're gonna be doing is a nice strict fly out towards the side, keeping that thumbs up grip. Initiate with those delts and flare as wide as you possibly can. Now, if you feel these in your rear delts a little bit more by going to a neutral grip, some do, then by all means, go there. Some also feel it a little bit more by coming back here. Point being, just use whatever angle you're going to be getting that connection with your rear delts the most.
This is a really great exercise for targeting your rear delts and your shoulder external rotators. I've got the cable set to about chest height, but you can adjust that cable height depending on kind of where you want your scapula to be moving in these. What I'm going to do is just take a step back, and all I'm going to be thinking about is elbows out, thumbs towards my ears, and spreading that rope attachment out as I pull back. It's a basic but often performed miscorrectly. So I'm just on an upright bench here. You don't really need that backrest, to be honest. So just kind of sat upright on a bench. And what I'm going to be doing is just slightly turning. So I'm going to be using what's called the scapular plane of motion. Now the scapular plane of motion is about 30 degrees forward. So instead of me raising out towards the side, I'm going to be raising just very slightly forwards. Now, when I lower back down, I don't really want to be losing tension as I would do with dumbbells by coming all the way back down. So just keeping slightly flared the entire time. So initiating that movement by really kind of contracting my delts, not allowing myself to come all the way back down, and using that scapular plane of motion. Elbows can be slightly bent, I don't mind. By slightly bending your elbows, you will also kick in that rotator cuff a little bit more as well here, help increase shoulder stability. So we can argue that that's a little bit better as well. So a lot of people tend to use like a daisy chain for this and a carabiner. Personally, I think it's a little bit extra. You don't need to be doing that. Here's a slightly easier option. All you're going to be doing is wrapping that resistance band around, and this works really well with the Cybex Smith machine, and you're just going to hook it over the top, just making sure that that band is this side, okay? So that's our setup. So we're going to unhook that Smith machine, and as we lower our elbows down, that band's obviously going to unload and then drive our elbows back up. The trick with that band setup as well is so that at the top, the band's not really unloading at all. And that's a case of just personal adjustment, just making sure that that band is set to the right height. You can also use two bands. If it feels a little bit nicer, so you can use a band on the left-hand side of the bar and a band on the right if you want to. You're actually going to be using a greater weight than what you would normally do your rear delt flies with. Now, you're also going to be using some purposeful momentum, and I'll show you what you're going to be doing here. So grab your dumbbells, almost as though you're going to do a supported rear delt fly, but you're going to take that straight away into almost a fast, momentous type motion, getting that real swing, not even getting to the top. It's more of a half range exercise. But each time you're trying to use your rear delts to initiate that swinging motion. Really good, high rep method to create a lot of metabolic stress in those rear delts.
If you enjoyed this information, hit that like button to let us know. Plus, if you never want to miss another T-Nation video again, hit subscribe and that little notification bell right next to it.